Hey everyone. A lot of YouTubers have done videos on this topic, but I've decided to make my own video on this topic, but there's for a reason. Queer Kid Stuff, the YouTube channel that is aimed at preschoolers and teaching preschoolers about gender fluid people and non-binary people and just kind of creepy altogether, in my opinion. Queer Kid Stuff was always just like that one channel on YouTube, this obscure channel on YouTube that was very weird. And, several YouTubers that I watch have covered it multiple times. And it was always just kind of just an online YouTube thing that didn't really see the light of day, really. So imagine my shock and horror when I see that one of my friends on Facebook, who is admittedly pretty much an SJW, when they share this clip of the Queer Kids stuff. I saw, what's her name, Lindsay. I saw the bear, and it was promoting Queer Kids stuff, and I was just like, oh no, fuck. And so I went to the video, and most of the comments were mostly what you would imagine. I mean, now, look, I want to make it very clear when it comes to, LGBT stuff, minus the whole pronouns and the gender identities and stuff, the whole 76 genders. I don't believe in that bullshit. I think it's just stupid. But the gender stuff and all the millions of pronoun stuff aside, when it comes to, gay people or bisexual people or transgender people, whatever, to be really honest with you, I'm pretty liberal when it comes to that stuff. I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't, two men or two women getting married, it doesn't bother me. A gay couple being allowed to adopt a kid doesn't bother me. A person who is trans wanting to get the surgery and stuff doesn't bother me. Although I do kind of question people who are under 18 getting the surgery, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But just, basically the whole LGBT stuff, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I think they're human beings too. They deserve equal rights. So I believe in equal rights for LGBT people. But there comes a point where I think you just are crossing a line, and I feel like I've always felt like Queer Kid stuff was crossing a line because it'd be one thing if Queer Kid stuff wasn't called Queer Kid stuff for one, but if they were just like an educational YouTube channel that talked about, I don't know, just stuff, I don't know, just educational stuff, I guess. And they made an episode where they sort of talked about like gay people, like where they would talk about, they would be like, there are certain people who are different, who they love differently, like kind of like your mom and dad. Sometimes that's how it is with two guys or two women or whatever, and they're a little different, but they're human beings just like everyone else, and you should treat them with respect and be kind to them and stuff. If they made an episode like that, that'd be one thing. Like, that wouldn't really bother me, but with Queer Kid stuff, I mean, and you all probably know the extent, but I mean, like with Queer Kid stuff, I mean, they really go in depth on this stuff. They really go in depth on not just with gay people and trans people, but like with just non-binary, gender fluid, intersex. I mean, and keep in mind, this is all supposed to be aimed at preschoolers. Preschoolers. So what, 4 and 5 year olds? I'm sorry, but in my opinion, they don't need to be learning that stuff at that age. They shouldn't even be concerned with that stuff. They should be concerned with like learning the ABCs and learning their shapes and, I don't know, learning what the colors of the rainbow are and stuff like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in preschool, but I think they should be learning stuff like that. Learning how to, tie their shoes and stuff like that. Learning just basic stuff. I don't get it with you far leftists. It's like you want to, I don't know. Like, I never really understand. I don't really understand the whole mentality. Like I don't understand why 4-year-olds need to know what a transgender person is or what a non-binary person is. I don't understand it. I mean, it's a little creepy to be really honest with you, in my opinion, anyways. But you know, in my personally, I think that when it comes to all that stuff, when it comes to LGBT stuff, you should leave it up to the parents to explain that kind of stuff to their kid, to bring it up to their kids, to tell them about it, to explain it to them, whatever. That should be the parents' job, or whoever the kid lives with, whoever their guardian figure is. That should be their job to tell them about those things. And then when the kid gets older and they're able and the kid is able to think for his or herself later on, where they can eventually make up their own mind about those things and what they think about those types of things, whatever, you know. But it's not the job of some. I know this is kind of an ad hominem, but whatever. Quite frankly, it's not the job of some weirdo on the internet to be teaching 4 and 5-year-olds, preschoolers, about this. It's not. And that's not me saying that she shouldn't be allowed to do what she's doing. She should be allowed to do it. She has every right to make a YouTube channel and make videos aimed at preschoolers. I'm not saying she shouldn't be allowed to do that. But I'm just saying, in my own personal opinion, I don't think it should be up to her, to weirdos on the internet, to teach little kids about stuff like this. It should be up to the parents to bring that stuff up to their kids and tell them about it and teach them about it, when they're a little older, so they can actually comprehend more. Because, I'm sorry, at 4 years old, you can't comprehend sexuality, you can't comprehend gender, with gender, like, to the very, very basic minimum, but you can't comprehend stuff like that at all. It's almost like, this may be kind of an extreme comparison, but it's almost like when these people who are for pedophiles try to argue that kids can consent when they can't, because they can't even begin to grasp, like, 4 and 5-year-olds children can't even begin to grasp the concept of sex and everything. And I'm not comparing, people who are gay or trans to pedophiles. It's not what I'm trying to do, but I'm just saying it's just this weird, wanting to expose very young children to things like this at a very early age when they don't need to be exposed to it yet. Let them be kids. Just let kids be kids. Let them, do whatever. Let them just, play with their games or whatever. Let them learn basic stuff. I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand this mentality. It's like we want kids to grow up much, much faster than they need to. Like, I don't understand it, but I don't know. That's really my thoughts on the whole queer kid stuff. I think it's not the worst channel out there by any means. I mean, but I do think it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit creepy. Just my 2 cents. I mean, not because it's talking about LGBT stuff, but because it's targeted at such a young age group. That, they're talking about these things with such a young age group. That's what makes it creepy to me. And just weird. But, again, in summation, I think it should be up to the parents to talk to their kids about that kind of stuff. Not people like this over the internet. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of all this? Apparently, the channel's getting a bit of a following, I guess. I mean, last I checked, they only have like 12,000 subs, but I mean, I guess they're getting attention from places or whatever. I don't know, but whatever. Just let me know what you think in the comments, and that's pretty much it for this one. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, and have a good day.